Welcome to The Eighth Voice, where we go behind the story and beyond the spotlight. I'm Steve George Makris. I'm glad you're here. I'm sitting here with Eric Bailey. Eric, your story was really fascinating over the dinner at the Seventh Seat. And look, there's a lot of things, there was a lot of people, we didn't get a chance to sort of cover, a lot about you. There's things that people can read about you. Yeah. I know you do a lot of motivational talks on international stages globally, and you're really in demand. But I think what would be really interesting is to find out who Eric is underneath it. Like, who's the man behind the man? Because I see, maybe it's the same one, but I see this amazing person. I mean, there was things that I learnt about you tonight which I didn't really know, but it's just amazing that everyone's got a story, everyone's got a past, or whatever, but your one is something that it's not to be let, it's not a light story. I mean, you've had to fend on your own, like growing up in the hood, so to speak. Yeah. And having to fend for yourself, and even though you did have some people helping you, I'm guessing foster family or whatever, you were adopted out, gave you a bit of a platform. But fundamentally, no matter how that looks like, Eric, you are on your own and you're here today. So tell us a bit about that.
The pain of not knowing your origin is something that never goes away. And you're right, my parents, I call them my parents, they gave me, so my biological parents gave me life.
Yep.
My adopted family gave me love. But no matter how much love I received, I can remember going back forever, looking at tall black men saying, wow, you look like me. I wonder if you're my real father. These are the things that you don't go around telling people that you're going through. And so I had to learn to decompartmentalize certain feelings in order to be present in the moment and opportunities that were being presented to me. And now growing up and having a daughter and having two lovely great grandchildren, is I try to be present for them no matter what. I'm sort of reliving the life that I wish I would have had when I was a child. But there are times in my industry as a CEO of NLR, which is a restoration company,
yeah.
And I go through days when I see people who have been out of their houses, insurance claims are slow, they've got mold, they've got fire, they've got water damage, they can't get back into their homes. What I try to do is to reassure them that we're a company that is all about not just restoration of the home, but the restoration of the hope. And the restoration of the hope is what I have to give myself every single day, is that I hope that today is way better than yesterday. And I do that by reminding myself of the sacrifices that those two people made by walking to the facility. There were 25 kids there. They looked at the one with the braces on his knees. They looked at the one who was stuttering. They looked at the one who was least likely to be adopted and to be successful in life, and say, we want you. So my motivational speaking has been based around, in my audiences or my corporate boardrooms or my CEOs, assuring people that once you believe that you have a passion and a purpose for improvement, you have to lock into that. No matter what's happening around you, no matter what's happened to you in your life, it's all about you being successful at what you do, because then you make other people around you better, because they can see, if this woman or this guy can do this, wow, that's what I want to do.
Amazing, Eric, absolutely amazing. And I see that and I get it, and you definitely ooze pure energy. It's clean, pure energy, and I think that's like it shines, like you said, you got a couple of grandkids, and I'm not,
Oh, yeah.
you know, just saying, but you look. Let's face it, you look freaking amazing.
Thank you very much.
I mean,
I appreciate that.
You can go out and rock it, you know, with the best of them, right?
I appreciate that.
That's a fact. But mate, look, I think your story. Look, you know, you've come from adversity, and it's not about being the victim and all that.
No.
We can look at it, but what you said, you lock into you. It's not about avoiding it. You're not avoiding it.
No, you can't.
But what you're saying is, I'm not going to let this stop me from having the best life I can possibly have. I'm here, I'm in the present moment, and, you know, as we all know, life is just a fleeting, you know, we're only here for a
very short time.
A millisecond, you know, it's like we said, it's living in the moment. And you are truly the brightest example of living in the moment, and you just say, look, and I can understand why people look at you. Like I heard your story, and even when I was listening to some of the other stories, and I'm thinking, God, like, I'm not saying that, I'm not going to put myself down, but I'm thinking, you know, I whinge to myself about something so trivial. And then, you know, I listen to your story, and that gets etched into me, and I'm going, hang on, but Eric Bailey, I'm going to take a bit of Eric Bailey, and that's going to help. So you give that to people, which is brilliant. And I think even with your work that you said, that the company that you do now, it's not about the actual product,
No.
or the service.
No.
It's the intent behind it, and you're bringing in a humanitarian intent.
Correct.
To help the person. It's not about fixing their home. That's only part one.
Yeah.
What you're doing is you're saying, I hear you, I see you, I understand you, and I'm going to do from what I do in this part of my work, you're going to get an amazing experience. And
imagine this. Imagine working in a company where once a week or twice a week, you have to sit down in the shed and have me come and talk to all of you guys about your goals and your dream and your vision of how important you are and what you do, showing gratitude. Imagine me with my energy and my passion, feeding that into those individuals, those men and those women who are now going out. You don't think that they're going out now with more zest in they're going out now feeling like, wow, what we are doing is super important. And that's how I've tried to turn the company around, build the culture and build the ethos and build the vision and make our company something that everyone can be proud of. So
amazing.
That's what I teach. That's how I grab hold of people who are sitting on the sidelines watching. I don't want you to watch. I want you to get in the game. I have this saying that don't just show up, show out. What does that mean? When you show out, you're memorable. People remember you. People remember the real small things that you do, the way you said, how you explained, how you went the extra mile. That's how businesses need to look at improving their bottom line, is by making sure that the mindset and the mental clarity that the employees have. That's what great leaders do. A great leader will not meet the team where they want you to be. You meet them where they are and help them get to where they need to be. That's why so many companies go broke, or you have employees always leaving, because leadership is about leading with the heart first.
Passion.
It's not leading with threats about the bottom line or KPIs. It's leading about how can you be better at what you do, so there's maybe longevity, so there's a clearer path for you, and a succession plan. It's how what you do is shining a light on the company that's going to bring us more reviews on Google or just word of mouth. So it's all connected, and it's all connected with the two people who adopted me. When they raised me, the one thing my father always used to say is, don't worry about what you say to people. Spend more time worrying about after they see you, after they hear you, how they feel about you.
Absolutely.
That's how you win in business. That's how you win in relationships.
And it is so powerful, Eric. Really powerful because, you know, I resonate with it because, you know, there's how many people have you met in your life? You couldn't put a number on it.
No.
But I bet you that you virtually remember just about everyone, even if they're hundreds, if they made you feel special, not special as in, you know, like said something to you that really resonated, if you were to go back into you'd remember every one of those people.
I got one.
Yeah.
I met Sir Richard Branson.
Yep.
I was speaking at an event in Melbourne,
Yep.
and he came in. Obviously, he had his handlers,
Yep.
and I was in the green room, and he had all these people around, and I was looking over, and wow, that's Sir Richard Branson. Do you know that he had one of his handlers come over to me and said, Richard would like to meet you. Me? So I walked over, and I didn't know what to say. He said, sit down. He goes, so who are you, and tell me what you do. And I asked him a question. I said, if there was one piece of advice that you would give me as a motivational speaker, as an entrepreneur, what would it be? Always be authentic. Be as you are. At that stage, I was dressing up in three-piece suits, going on stage thinking, well, I've got to be like Anthony Robbins. I got to be like Les Brown. Like I wasn't being myself. And after that day, it took me a while to understand what he was saying, is that when you are authentic, when you're your real, raw,
That's when you're
self,
vibrating.
the world opens up because they can see that this dude is the real deal. So therefore, I wear t-shirts, I wear shoes. Make sure you get a shot of the shoes. I wear shoes, I wear jackets.
So Eric,
and I'm just me.
so you know, you said you were sitting there.
Yeah.
You thought, why me?
Yeah, why me?
I'll tell you why you. Because you stood out to Richard Branson because you were in the right vibration. You were in that right frequency. And he could have picked anyone else because like attracts like. And you were there, and here's where you are today. And you are doing exactly the same thing. It spreads. It's like love. And that's what you do. You're not a motivational speaker. You're spreading love.
Well,
authentic love. And when I say authentic love, I don't mean the love, you know. But I mean, and people, everyone, doesn't matter how hard-assed they are, who they are, people like authenticity. They might, you know, look, it's something that, you know, it's like an animal, right? If an animal, it doesn't matter how wild that animal is, if you approach that animal and you don't look like you're a threat, it ain't going to hurt you. Unless it's bloody hungry. Like really hungry. But what I'm trying to say is, it's just, you're connecting with people, and, you know, and you've had the background of your life to lean into and leverage, and you're saying, I'm going to turn this into a good thing. And you're enjoying it, and that's what and comes through even with your business, like the restoration business. It's
restoration. Like, I didn't know anything about fire, water, or mold, but what I did know was how to walk into a business and get everyone on the same page. Everyone to see where the championship really lies, and what you need to do as a person in order to get the team over the line. But you have to do that by accountability. You have to hold yourself accountable for your actions each and every day, even when no one's watching.
amazing.
Because you can't just turn it on and turn it off. So in my 65 years of being on the planet, all I can say right now is that I'm blessed, I'm grateful, and I'm super, super, super excited about doing this as long as I have the energy and I have the focus and the concentration to continue going. My grandkids mean the world to me, and I want them to see me each and every day and realize Grandpa is special.
They're so lucky. They're so lucky. You know, I mean, to have a grandpa that's not really a grandpa, that talks like he's saying he's a grandpa, but he ain't a grandpa. He's a dude.
I'm a dude.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
a dude.
They're very lucky to have you. And, you know, look, I'm sure that you're giving them the very not, you're giving them more than they could ever dream of.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Quick question, Eric. So you do what you do, which I think is amazing. What's next? What's forgetting the what's next? Where's Eric going? Because Eric's ticked all the boxes.
I've ticked a lot of boxes.
He's ticked all the boxes. He's already had the conversation with Eric. Eric's talked to Eric and said, you've high-fived Eric.
Yeah.
You've both looked at each other in the mirror and you've said, mate, we did this. Thank you. And you've thanked him. And he's thanked you back.
Yeah.
So now that Eric and Eric
Yeah.
have completed what they've had to complete, now it's leisure time. What's Eric thinking of next?
Travel.
Yeah.
Travel. There's one place in the world that I've never been, and that's Dubai.
Oh, wow. United Arab Emirates.
I want to somehow find a way to get on a stage in Dubai, in that region, and speak. I mean, really speak and show the world, particularly in that region, what hard work, sacrifice, dedication, loyalty, and just good old-fashioned hard work.
Be careful what you wish for.
Hey, I'll wish for it. Hey,
be careful because it might just happen
I'm ready.
In Dubai.
I'm ready. Dubai, because I like high rises. I like technology. I like lights. I like flashy. I like new stuff. So that's on my bucket list.
Okay, so synchronicity, 6 degrees of separation, the 7th seed.
Yeah.
It might just happen for Eric Bailey faster than he imagines. Don't ask me why.
Okay.
But
All right.
it might just happen.
I'm open to it.
Yeah.
I'm open to it.
So Dubai, but okay, all my little hype behind. So Dubai, that's amazing. Yeah, look, it's the way you said it was like, man, you can give me all the Disneylands and all the Greek islands and all. I want Dubai. So yeah, that's.
Well, I think the other reason why Dubai is because I was told, number one, that I couldn't make it in this industry. I was told because of my height and my skin color and my lack of athletic awards from the experts.
Sorry, Eric, was that here in Australia?
Yeah, it was in Australia, yeah.
Oh,
in
really?
1995.
You got that sort of
In Sydney.
racist prejudice
In Sydney. I flew down to Sydney to speak to the experts about my willingness to become a motivational speaker. And I was basically told, you're too tall, you're going to scare the average Australian away because they're only 5'9" or whatever. You've got a funny accent. You don't have a gold medal. You've never played in the NBA. You don't have a college degree. You have never done Toastmasters. And of course, you're a Negro, so no one's going to pay to have a Negro speaking in Australia.
Really?
So go back to wherever you came from.
And you stayed, and you are where you are right now.
Drove me.
And those people
Still drives me.
Yeah, and those
Still drives me.
and those people are probably not even around.
Don't know because I've just
You
said
don't
to
care.
myself, I don't care.
No,
I don't
that's
care.
right.
I've got bigger goals, bigger dreams.
And this is honestly, hand on my heart, this is what I love about you and everyone. It's like the authenticity of backing yourself. I really love people that back themselves. This is like, we all hear about the names out there, like, the celebrities,
Yeah.
et cetera, but like I said, there's real giants amongst us, and you are. And I don't mean because of your height.
Oh, right, yeah.
You're a really big giant, even if you're 4'4".
Yeah.
You're a giant in my eyes, and you've backed yourself. And I know that there's a lot of people out there, which will relate, because I've related to a lot of things that you've said in my own way. So yeah. Look, mate, I just want to say it's been absolutely brilliant, and I'm so grateful and in gratitude to have had you with me on this journey, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot more to talk about in the near future.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It was a very rewarding experience, very, very humbling to sit around and have a meal with such incredible people. And at the end of the day, being authentic and being able to share your story and having, maybe millions of people watch this somewhere in the world, particularly those people who are over the age of 60, who may have hit a stumbling block, another career, different relationship, recovering from health, maybe lost their confidence. Let me tell you something right now. 60 is the new
30.
35.
I said 30, you said 35.
35.
Can we just to make me, can we split it?
Okay.
32 and a half.
32 and a half.
All right,
so
done.
It's possible. You just have to lean into it, have faith, and never, ever, ever question that you were here to do something amazing and wonderful on this planet, only for a short time. So make the most of it.
You're amazing, man.
Thank you so
Thank you so much,
much.
Eric.
Appreciate it.
Really appreciate
Thank you,
it,
man.
brother.
Thank you.
Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.